My first ever on-stream VOD review. This is going to be a tradition. I hope I can. I'm hoping to do a lot of these over the next few months as part of my stream and also as part of my YouTube channel, because I think it's great, informative content for work players everywhere. And I think that's why a lot of people watch me, is for informative work gameplay. Now, I personally have been struggling recently in ranks. I fell out of Challenger like 2 days ago. Lost like I lost to like 170 LP the last 2 days, but it's fine. The skill's still there. I'm just having a rough patch, and I'll be back, no problem. But I'm here to show. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Is that I'm not even gonna try. But nice leader 14. Thank you for the you give me your replay. This first one is free, but the rest are gonna be paid. For emailing me this replay and allow me to do this, because this is really nice to be able to do this for the first time. So, is this my Smurf account? I was plat 5 last season, my main account, but I played seriously on this account. Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, I can see that. So gold 4 last season on this account. Gotcha. Right now in silver 1, negative win rate though, so that's a concern. So, getting right into this. I noticed some things right away on this account. Now, I think your KDAs are fine on Warwick. Honestly, Warwick, I personally have great KDAs. I have a really bad KDA in Warwick, and I don't think you have to have a bait. Like, if I was really playing really well all the time, if I was like ranked top 10, I would have good KDAs. But I don't. I'm pretty inconsistent. But I don't think Warwick is a champion that like you need a good KDA to really like win with. Now what I mean by that is, like, if you have a great KDA, if you're averaging like 6 deaths a game on something like Jinx or something like that, that means you're very clearly dying too much, and that's a big problem to your gameplay. But with Warwick, you're going to die because you're a frontliner. It's more just about how you're getting kills and how you're dying. That'll be focused on. Pay for further coaching, yeah. So yeah, if you want any more like you know, personal, where I actually like talk to you type of coaching, maybe like you know, I watch your game live and talk you through it or something like that. It goes more in detail. You can always ask me for that. Obviously, it's have that in my information on my Twitch. But so yeah, first things I can see with this is your runes. Your runes just are looking ugly. So you go Conquer. Conquer's not good in Warwick. The reason why Conquer's bad in Warwick right now is because it's way too hard to stack. And the main benefit from Conquer right now is the healing that you get from it. And the healing is mainly abusable by AoE. So like that's why champions like Riven or like even you see like Katarina go Conquer, and that seems odd, but it's because she gets a shit ton of AoE healing because it's not reduced from this rune when every other form of healing is. So that's the main thing about Conquer that makes it good. It isn't even really the damage. The damage is okay when it's fully stacked, but like I said, it's too hard to stack it in Warwick, and you don't really have any AoE, so it's not that good in Warwick. Conquer's pretty bad. Press attack is kind of what you gotta go in Warwick. There's options. I suppose there's like other, like, you know, you could go like lethal tempo or aftershock, but they're just worse than press the attack. Simple as that. You can make them work, but they're worse than press the attack. You want to go press the attack and work. Triumph is good. Legend Alacrity is good. You can always switch it out with Legend Tenacity if you need to. I'm not sure if you do or not. So actually, see, there's enemy team comp. I think it's fine this game. Go to attack speed. So then, like example, like right here. See if you go Tenacity. Technically, you could go either way, I think, this game, but I'd probably rather go Tenacity against something like Ahri, Morgana, even like Urgot. It's a lot of like hard CC you're probably going to deal with, but I guess that's somewhat optional. I just want to point that out. And then the last rune in the primary tree, you're going to want to go Last Stand. Last Stand is so good in Warwick. You don't go Coup de Grace. This looks good because you hunt people down your blood trail. But you're probably going to chase them down anyways, and very rarely is actually going to like help you kill someone. It just feels like it has synergy, but it really doesn't help you out. Last Stand helps you out because you are below half health almost the entire game. You're below 30% health, like the other, you know, about a fourth of the game. So when you're fighting people and you're gonna be below half health most of the time, and you'll guaranteed get at least 5% extra damage, up to 11% extra damage. That's really nice. Last Stand synergizes so well with Warwick, it's crazy. Always go Last Stance. Alright, so for secondary runes, let's go Cheap Shot. If you're gonna go Domination, don't go Cheap Shot. That's like, I think Sudden Impact would probably be better if you're gonna go up here. Honestly, I don't think Domination's too great right now. I feel like if you're gonna go Domination, you'd probably want to go like one of the ward options. I'm trying to think which one you'd want to go though. Probably Zombie Ward. I'm not really sure. You'd probably want to go one of the ward options and like Relentless Hunter for that of combat movement speed. That'd probably be your best bet. But I don't think Domination's that great. If you're gonna go secondary runes, I'd go Water Walking, Transcendence, and Sorcery, or Conditioning, Unflinching, Conditioning Revitalize, and the Resolve Tree, or I'd go Futures Market and Magical Footwear. But honestly, in low elo, if you're playing in silver, I wouldn't even go for Futures Market. I would definitely get either Water Walking, Transcendence, or Conditioning and Revitalize or Unflinching. That'd be the best rune set, I think, for you. And then for rune stats, I don't like adaptive damage. That's kind of a personal choice. You can go adaptive damage. I used to go it. I prefer going double resist. I don't think health is that great. I'd rather have the extra resist for early game, because like the scales up. I don't know. I probably shouldn't say too much about that because I don't know entirely. But I would just say that I generally go like double resist. So if I'm against like Graves, I'll go armor. If I'm against like Gragas Jungle, I'll go like magic resist, something like that. And then build wise, so you're going Black Cleaver. Black Cleaver, Warrior's good. Warrior's good here. But Black Cleaver isn't good because it's one of those items that like, I actually haven't tried it before. And it's one of those items that actually looks good. It looks like it should be good in Warwick because the stats are amazing. But just because Warwick doesn't do much physical damage makes it bad. You buy this item to do that, to shred armor for the most part. So even though the stats are really good, and it might feel pretty good because the stats, you get cooldown reduction, attack damage, and health, you don't really utilize the passive very well. So there's better options. I'm a big fan of going GA second after Warrior right now, but you can also go stuff. You know, there's a lot of options you can go. You can go Death Stance if you're really greedy, if there's not much CC in the enemy team. But you can go something also like, you know, Dead Man's Plate, Spirit Visage, Randuin's. There's a lot of options you have with Warwick. You can even go Triforce, but I don't think Triforce is that great. After Warrior, I think it's pretty bad actually. Warrior does 4% AD and 52% AP damage with 8% true damage. Therefore, Black Cleaver is not that good. Yeah, basically. Buying penetration with Warwick, the thing is, especially, it's more about like applying physical damage. That's another thing. Like, if you have I thought about going Black Cleaver before, when I've had like a lot, like an all 80 team basically besides me. I actually think that wouldn't be a bad option, and I need to try that out in the future. But you don't amplify your damage with this that much with the armor shred. So it's, yeah, it's very awkward. It's one of those items that would be amazing if Warwick's Q did physical damage. If Warwick's Q did physical damage, or his R did physical damage, it'd be awesome. It'd be incredible. This item would be perfect. You'd be building it every time. But there's a reason people don't build this in Warwick. It looks so good in Warwick, but it's because you don't really utilize the passive very well. Alright, but anyways, yeah, as far as just change up that type of stuff with your build and everything like that. I'll just go ahead and just get into the game. There might be something I'm missing, but I don't do op.gg reviews much. Actually, I need to, sorry. Oops. Alright, there you go. Alright. So we're getting into this game. So I'm gonna pull up the scoreboard. Alright, here we go, fellas. Okay, starting items, fine. I mean, everyone goes out in Warwick, but I've seen people go potions before, but I don't think potions are good at all in Warwick early game. Unless, like, you're going for, like, an early duel. Just something I want to try out in the future. So you try cheese this. So obviously this execution's fine, like you get the blue, but so you go at 120. Did you see them at all? Or you just assume? I know in low elo most people will start bot side regardless, but Rek'Sai starting blue makes no sense. And this is just really greedy. You have no one near you. I don't like this invade. If you saw them bot side, sure. But this is just like one of those things, like you got away with the cheese, but was like the execution was fine, worked out. Just because it worked out doesn't mean it was a good idea. If you get what I'm saying. And you ward there. Okay, this ward was really bad. If you're gonna go to ward over here, you want to ward over here. I mean, obviously, like if Rek'Sai like goes straight up here, he probably isn't gonna go straight up here. So this doesn't do too much. Ward over here, if you're gonna ward there, or just ward his Krugs, something like that. I gave my team a huge lead with 2 Infernal and Brown Drake, so I don't know what I did wrong. Okay, gotcha. You just assumed, yeah. If you just assume, it's I mean, assumption's kind of part of League, but when it comes like a cheese like that, that's assuming they're bad. I don't know. You probably see that a lot in low elo, but I don't think that's a good idea. I'd recommend in low elo, I'd recommend doing the wolves start, the wolves clear that I do a lot. So you see me go like wolves, Gromp, blue, scuttle, maybe potentially scuttle if need to be, and then I just go raptors, red, Krugs, wolves, Gromp, recall by Tiamat, stuff like that. It's such a good clear, I think. But the power farm clears are always the best, I think, in low elo. So you're clearing your stuff out. We're looking to respond top lane, that makes sense. Wait. Okay, so they're kind of low, so it's makes sense that you ran through there like that. Okay. Watch out. Okay, that's okay. Good kill, pick up on. Recall by your Tiamat, so this is really good. Getting that early kill does a lot for you. So, yeah. Okay, so I want to see this. Yeah, I think this Infernal's pretty good, especially in low elo. See, what should happen though is Pyke should be like roaming. In high elo, what would happen is Pyke would actually roam, but I don't think that'll happen much in low elo. So I think this dragon's fine. You knew that they all recalled, so I think it's actually a good Infernal sneak. I'll give you that. And then you go ahead and farm this up. Invade. Oops. Sorry. I might be a little messy with the controls here. I haven't done bot review recently. No, I should do this from your perspective, to be honest. Let's go ahead and do it from your perspective, just so I can get a better idea of what you're thinking. So I don't really like, well, actually I kind of like this invade. So this invade's pretty good because normally I wouldn't like this invade, but the reason I like this is because you did cheese the red, and normally what happened is Rek'Sai would go to his blue on spawn, but Rek'Sai actually went to his red, which is good of him. But a lot of times they will just autopilot and go back to the camp that they started on, so you'd be able to get the red a second time. So I think that's actually fine. Oops. Fuck. Sorry. Wrong commands. Okay, worked out pretty well. I think this gank, it obviously didn't work out because the roam was kind of unlucky. But I think this is a bit forced. Now I do this sometimes, but it's definitely a bit forced, especially knowing that Corki has flash. I would rather have just had you farm up your camps and get level 6. In that situation, you shouldn't be going like in silver. Those type of ganks, like that's something I might go for in like high elo, even though that obviously that one wouldn't have worked. But like, I'll go for these like fringe ganks that like shouldn't really, you know, like you'd have to rely on like Rise flashing for it to work and stuff like that. I'd go for that, maybe like something similar to that in high elo, but you shouldn't have to go for these type of risky ganks in low elo. You shouldn't have to at all. What elo is this? Oh yeah, this is silver 1. Silver 1 is where it's at. So it's probably silvers and golds. You go back, so you're clearing your stuff. Actually, check the scoreboard. I need to get better with my commands. Okay, so far you got a pink ward. I like it. Coming up here, missed the ult. I miss my ults all the time. So obviously that was well, you got executed, so that's actually not too bad. I think right. Oh, that was a really nice shutdown though, and you got executed. It's actually amazing right there what happened. So, what I actually would have done here, I think. I mean, this is an execution issue. It really is. Missing R and flashing there makes no sense, right? Sorry if I get repetitive. No, stop flashing there made sense. But I think what I would have done is I would have walked up to him. I would have just ran up to him under the tower, held Q, because when you hold Q on Rek'Sai, he's going to knock you up, and you're going to be immune to the knock up. And then I would just, you know, kill him, and then I'd ult away. Now you could just open with ult and kill him, but you just missed it. I mean, I don't know. What do I say about that? That's just misplay. Now you didn't really get punished too hard for it because he didn't deal any damage to you. And so you got executed, so it works out fine. For work jungle, Nice said junglers carry. Wait, so you kind of like didn't finish the sentence. Or you kind of missed out a part. Do you mean Nice said junglers carry with as much farm as possible? That's probably, yeah, it's definitely mostly true. You kind of want to farm heavy, I think, in lower elo. Well, okay, it's kind of, the thing is, like, for me, if I was playing silver, I would farm a lot less than I do now. But that's because I see a lot more mistakes in low elo. I have more map awareness. I know how I can push my champion. I know how how to look ahead, stuff like that. I have really good foresight. So if I'm playing in lower elo, if I'm playing this elo, I'd be ganking a lot more. I wouldn't be farming as much as I do right now. But for someone like you, who's like you said, you're smurfing, but you're not like a super smurf. You know, you're playing at you're probably a little bit better than the players at this level, but not by a ton. So you want to generally just farm as much. You don't want to do a lot of risky plays. Like, for example, that gank in mid lane. That's what I was talking about. When you killed Corki and Rise Flash and got double killed. That's the perfect example. Why not just farm that? Like you just missed out on a lot, and you went for a risky play that you weren't even sure you could get. You want to go for plays that you are pretty sure you can get. Now I understand that you might not have the same game knowledge that like I would have, so you're probably not going to be able to determine like what kills are guaranteed or not. But you shouldn't be going for any like super risky plays at this elo. There's so many mistakes there's so many misplays, overextensions, and just people just playing bad at this level and not knowing what they're doing, that you'll be able to pick up kills over in time. You don't need to rush anything. Let the kills will happen. What happens in this elo and low elo in general is you need to avoid dying, because usually what happens is people just die stupidly. instead of dying and like trading 1-for-1s and stuff like that, farm up in the meantime and just become very, very strong in the mid game. All right. God damn it. I keep messing up the controls. Okay, it's pretty good, dragon. I like it. Yeah, I was gonna say do Krugs. It's pretty good. How do I check to see? How do I? How do I check to see the gold? I don't know. I'd like to check to see gold. I need to figure out that commands. Press X? Oh, gotcha. Okay. So this is a really good recall. I like the recall right here. You're very strong. So you have your warrior and you have longsword and ruby crystal. I feel like you should have went for boots here. Maybe you only had like 750 and you didn't want to wait for it. I'm not really sure. I would have probably got boots though, but I think it's fine still. So you do Rift Trail here, that's good. I like the objective play. Just farm up here. So I just want to look at the map, see what's happening. Here's, Pike and Corky's mid. You want to be looking at the map. It's really hard for me, like as a jungler, you want to look at the map is the thing. That's why it's really hard for me to doing a VOD review is kind of actually awkward with work, because a lot of it's just about what you see. Okay, so you died mid. So I might have to scroll a little bit. Just going mid, soaking XP, it's fine. Should just be doing raptors, don't just sit around. Okay, that's good. Rift Trail mid. Inferno Drake up. It's looking good for you so far. Your team got caught. It's whatever. But now you're really strong. So my concern here is I'm thinking maybe if you lost this game. Now your team's getting caught and stuff, so obviously you can't really help that too much, but I'm afraid that maybe you're not going to be pushing your lead as much as you should, because you guys are ahead. You're up in gold. You can't see it. Like you're down 8 to 11 in kills, and that's a lot of times what your team sees, but you're actually up in gold. You have 3 towers to 0, and you have like 3 amazing dragons, 2 infernals, and a mountain, so should be good overall. It's a good. Okay, farming up. Now, so you're at the point though where you want to like chill with the farming. You want to like be going for plays. You don't want to just farm too much. You're not Master Yi. You're not going to infinitely scale. Yes, you want to continue farming. You don't want to stop farming. I don't want to like act like you should stop farming, but you should be looking for kills here. I think vision wise, I feel like I haven't seen much vision. I haven't been paying attention to vision, to be honest. I guess you have the best vision score, but okay, there you go. Plays like that. That's a really good play. Make picks like that. So now what are you gonna do with it? Is there anything you can do with it? Probably not, because Baron's spawning. So I can't really say too much about that. Just get that pick. There's no camps up or anything like that. Well, you shouldn't be dancing around here. I know it's tempting, but you don't want to dance around there. Until you get caught like that. You should have just ran straight down to this scuttle crab. Zaya got it, but that's what you should have done. So now you got the red buff. So also pay attention. Pay attention to who, like, you're pretty strong right now. Pay attention to who is strong in the enemy team. It's all Rek'Sai for the most part. It's basically all Rek'Sai. So Rek'Sai is pretty easy for you to pin down. You can pin him down in team fights. You guys should be fine in team fights. If you stick onto the Rek'Sai, you'll kill him. Wait, what's the dragon spawning? Cloud. Gosh, I want to see what happened there. Yeah, I mean, your teammates are definitely kind of overextending here, so you kind of want to. But I don't really see any pings from you, I don't think. I can't really tell too much. But you definitely don't, you want to ping your teammates back. Be a little bit more forceful. Tell them that they're not always going to listen, but pinging definitely helps, has an influence. Ping danger if you're not looking to help. They're less inclined to overextend like that. So you just saw 3 people mid. I feel like you should be going for a play here. Maybe not now, but I'll actually rewind it a tad. When you saw them all mid here, I would have been just like looped around here, looking for a kill in the Ezreal. Yeah. Because you win this 2v2 for sure. You win this 2v2. You probably could have got a kill in back tower. And on top of that, you have flash up. You have flash and your ultimate up. And you're very strong. You have a black cleaver. You're a warrior. Like I said, black cleaver is not the best item, but you definitely had a power spike here. Should have picked up a kill there. You need to be going for these picks. When you have the opportunity to find like a 1v1, a 2v2, 1v2, something like that with Warwick, you want to go for this place. That's how you get your advantages. You don't, like, your team's behind, you're not going to, like, you know, just like look to group and team fight. Now, you probably are looking to group right now. But you like the enemy team's making picks, you can make picks too. You're letting the enemy team make picks without you responding. Sorry, I need to try to see what's happening here. Okay, farm up. See, I like this. Farm up, you know, all the siege is happening. And came in. Okay, he basically lost his fight. I don't like that ult. That ult was bad. Yeah, if you had ult here, that would be awesome. You'd probably be able to even up the fight. Obviously, it wasn't a good engage for you guys. But let's actually go back to that, because I think you definitely could have done a lot more. Obviously, your teammates got engaged on, but that's like your 1-in-6 Ryze got ulted by Kennen. Now you're probably thinking that, yeah, your teammates got caught, but in reality, Kennen has no ultimate now for the team fight. They just wasted everything on the useless Ryze. Oh my god, that pike ult though. That was kind of unfortunate. See, yeah, there's no, like, why flash there? What's the flash for? Where are you flashing? Like, they have nothing to use. You just flash ulted. That makes no sense. You could have, like, look what happened. If you had flash ult up still, now Kennen probably wouldn't have taken that many tower shots, but let's say if you have flash ult here, you could probably like re-engage this. Well, you could honestly probably go in for a double kill. They have nothing up. I probably would be able to flash. I'd probably flash in and go for two kills. You can definitely get 1 kill here if you have flash ult. You can flash in, maybe ult. You know, actually, what I probably would do here is I'd be going for the Rek'Sai here. I would just walk up, ult the Rek'Sai, Q him, kill him, and they have like nothing else left in their team. It's mostly just Rek'Sai here. And Ryze wouldn't get caught if you went in there. I'm not, like you said, you can't go in right now because you have nothing up. But if you had flash ult, you would have been able to go in and Ryze wouldn't have died to the Ezreal. And if he does die to the Ezreal, that means they're not focusing you and you get pick up more kills that way. Yeah, Black Cleaver's not that good on Warwick. The stats look great, but passive's not good, like I mentioned before. That's fine. That's fine for you to take red buff from Xayah there. Because if your AD carry is like actually like strong, you don't want to take the red buff. I know junglers like to just take every buff, and then like laners like to take every buff. But how I do it, if my AD carry is useful, if my AD carry is not 0-3, if you like say like if Xayah had like 2 items right now, and was like, you know, like 1-0 or something like that, I'd give a red buff for the team fight. But otherwise, that's fine. So let's actually back up here. Like I said, sorry about the camera controls, guys. I'm kind of poor at it right now. I'll get better over time. So actually should see it from your angle. You have a ward here. You shouldn't be... I know what you're thinking. You kind of want to get around for the flank. Well, actually... Wait, when did that TP come in? Sorry. Yeah, so that was kind of unlucky, but... yeah, like you saw, the thing is right here. So I'll actually go back again. Actually, fuck. Sorry. God damn it. My controls are pretty garbage right now. Okay. So this is before they flash ulted you. You saw them all in the ward. They were all doing Baron here. Like I should have came around this way. That would have been a better angle for you than slipping through. I understand you don't expect the TP, so it's kind of unfortunate. I suppose I see what you're thinking is that your team could slip around this way and you could flank. But I think this definitely would have been a better angle. You would have been able to pressure them out more because right now you just give them a favorable advantage. They can just jump on you, and yeah, they can jump on you and just be like away from your team. This is just completely away from danger. If they like collapse on you over here, you have bushes and stuff, and it's a lot riskier of them to actually dive onto that. That's why a lot of people will often do that. My teammates are dying. It's fine though. Oh, wait, they didn't get the Baron though. What the hell happened? Alright, do you guys get the Baron? Okay, so let's scoot back here a little bit. So you guys got a kill on the Pike. Pike's coming up. So your plan here, I like starting the Baron here. Now what should happen? This is kind of unfortunate. Should be looking to definitely to turn. Need to queue that. When you're walking up on a Rek'Sai that's burrowed in, you want to queue onto him because when he unburrows out, you know he's gonna try to unburrow to knock you up. You're gonna be immune to the knockup. That's a really good pick. That's honestly a fine trade. But like I said, you could have played it better and avoided dying. Now that's not good. That's not good at all. Oops, sorry. Did not mean to back up. See what happens here. So we just start the Baron. Kind of a desperation Baron. I think that's okay to start there, to be honest, because with Warwick you can sustain that for a while. Doesn't matter too much if you get poked down, but put some pressure on the enemy team. So, I understand that you guys have. Okay, this is one thing right here. You guys have very good vision. This is like 5 to 10 seconds beforehand here. You guys saw them all in mid lane, and there's a bunch of minions down bot lane. You should go, since your teammates aren't dealing with the sideways, you could go deal with the sideways, I think, there. They don't have Mountain Drake or anything like that. They're not going to be able to rush down the Baron. I don't believe. And your teammates could try to zone them up. Now, I understand you're probably scared that your teammates will get picked, but you shouldn't be playing around your teammates being bad. This is a lot of gold and XP you could have got while they're dancing around the mid lane. And people don't know how to deal with sideways until, like, Master, honestly. Okay. Let's check this out one more time. Alright, so let's see what I'm thinking here. Okay, so you have your flash up, and you have your R up. Immediately, the first thing I'm thinking, actually, let's try to make sure, okay. I guess you don't see Pike. I was thinking the flash cube Pike, but he's invisible. You could probably still chase him, to be honest. You have the blood trail. But I definitely think in this situation, I think you're going for Rek'Sai, but you shouldn't be going for Rek'Sai here. You're going for him too late. Rek'Sai is fed, but Ezreal's fed now, at this point. That's why you gotta continue paying attention to see who your target should be. Ezreal has Iceborne, but you do a lot of magic damage. So you actually can kill him relatively fast. You have a lot of bursts, and you have your flash R up. So if right here, if you just like flash R on the Ezreal, he's gonna have to attack you, and you'll be able to 1v1 him basically. So that just makes it so that your teammates can kill these guys, which they probably can. Or at least they'll do a lot of damage. But you just kind of run in and die. Now that Cannon kind of came with an ult, which made it a little bit difficult. But I definitely think you could have attempted to flash Q the Ezreal, and then just like focus him down. I suppose that the Cannon probably would have still fucked you guys over, but I don't like going for the. You're clearly going for the Rek'Sai there, and I don't think that was good. Let's see what happens. Oh, this is just disaster. This is just GG, right? No, it's not GG, somehow. Yeah, he just lost this smite fight and everything. It's kind of unfortunate. It's desperation attempts. I think it was good to continue going for the Baron instead of turning, just because he got it down so low, might as well. Okay, oh, never mind. Oh, she dead. She dead. Alright, you should be going for more plays like this in the mid game. I think that was actually fine to go for. You're down 20 kills. You guys are getting shit on right now. But I like that. That's what you need to go for in the mid game. When you are ahead. When you're ahead, you should be going for more picks like this. That's what I was talking about. Ezreal in the side lane. See, this is fine. It didn't work out, but that's because you're down 20 kills. Imagine if you weren't down 20 kills. I went for Baron because we weren't winning any fights. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think that Baron was fine. That right there. That Baron was fine. That was a fine desperation Baron. That play was good. Just do it earlier. You need to do it early on into the game. I think you're doing a lot of... One of the biggest issues this game, I've noticed, is I feel like you definitely play around your team. You're too concerned with them getting picked off. You need to play proactive and realize the enemy team is like prone to making mistakes as well. You're trying to make sure that your teammates don't die instead of just punishing the idiots in the enemy team. Sorry, I don't want to go back. So again, you should be going right now. You should be either looking for people who are low and are like in kill range. So if someone's like below half health, you can just go on them and kill them right away and remove them from the fight. Or you should be looking for Ezreal. Corki is dead. This is like such a good fight to go for. I don't like the ult engage there. Obviously you got a big fear off, but you want to hit your ult when you're this far behind. So you want to hit your R there on someone, just to be able to sustain the damage. So it's like the end of it all. Yeah, there's not much you can do at this point, not gonna lie. There's not much to say there. Game's just over. But I thought the early game overall was pretty good for you. Obviously, you went for the objectives at the right times, and that is huge. You got massive advantages for your team. You guys were up 3 towers to 0, and you had 2 Inferno Dragons and a Mountain Drake. Your teammates got picked off, and that's part of the problem, but you gotta understand, you're not relying on your teammates to win this game. To win these games, especially. Your biggest flaw that game was, well, you played some of the fights incorrectly, I think. But I think that was while you were already behind. Your decision making for going for objectives was really good. But going for some of those, you've kind of forced some ganks that you like didn't need to force. For example, when you dove that Corki in the tower, when you followed his flash. You farmed up, for the most part besides that, you did farm up pretty well, but you definitely needed to push your advantage when you had your lead. When you have warrior, and especially when you have your, well, when you have warrior, you should be looking for kills. When you see someone alone in the side lane, or just, you know, if you're in a 2v2 situation in the side lane, you should be going for picks like that. Your teammates were getting picked off, but you had plenty of opportunities to make picks as well and get strong. In addition, later on into the game, I think you could have taken side waves, because people aren't going to be able to take sideways in the late game in low elo. That's just not going to happen. So you want to just take as much farm as you can and keep everything going. Zenon, thank you for the cheers, for the bits. 20 bits there. Appreciate it, man.